Hello everybody, we're back with Fire Emblem Awakening, Lunatic Plus. I just felt like playing more of this today, honestly. Even though, as you probably know if you saw the community post, I took the week off from making any videos, which I think was a great decision. I slept for like 16 hours on Wednesday. I did not get any work done. I made the thumbnail for this stream basically right before, like literally right before the stream. And I feel a lot better, so that's one good thing. So I started the stream a little bit early, just like I typically do. I want to make sure that YouTube has time to send out notifications to everyone, so people actually knows that I'm streaming before I start explaining everything. Hey Faye, are you the first one here? Probably, yeah. Looks like there's 3 people here exactly. I feel pretty confident I can beat this one. Very likely on the first try. I'm gonna make a little poll for that today. I did a test battle last night without doing any prep ahead of time, and I won on the very first attempt without even like really thinking. This map is a lot easier than the previous maps. It's a lot easier than the maps we have coming up, and as the stream title suggests, this is probably the best place and time to train Lucina. Can I win on the first attempt? Hey Akimbo and Fernape, thanks for stopping by today. We're just doing another generic can I win on the first attempt poll, which I very strongly think that I can, but last time everybody had faith in me and I did not I did not deliver, so we'll see if I do it good this week. I've highlighted a couple of squares that are very useful, very interesting to know about. I'm going to talk about those. Let me see how many people are here now. We got about 7 people here. I think I can start explaining stuff, and if anybody shows up late, they're just going to have to watch the archive, or I'm probably going to talk about it all again later anyway. So I'll just go over a couple things really quickly. First of all, with Sayri, you do not have to rescue her on the first turn. There's no enemies with 2 ranged weapons that can reach her, and these 2 enemies do not have enough combined damage to kill her. And she's also pretty likely to dodge their attacks anyway. If they both have, like, Hawkeye and Luna Plus, or even if they both have Luna Plus, you might need to rescue her on the first turn. We don't need to rescue her. Most of the times, you're not going to need to rescue her on the first turn. You can just wait and do it on the second turn when there's more pressure. The second thing is this square right here, at the edge of this wall. This general can reach it, and no other enemies can reach it, presuming you get rid of, the enemies in the starting area. Only this general can reach this square. So if you put a character here, they can train by fighting this guy over the wall. We're going to be training Noe this chapter by having her fight this general over the wall, using this square to our advantage. This square right here, if you get rid of all of the starting enemies, the only enemy who can reach it is this mage. So what we're going to be doing is aiming to get rid of these 3 enemies, and then ending our turn with Sumia standing right here, so that she can enemy face this mage. Similarly, this square here can only be reached by this cavalier. So if you put a character here within his 2 range, you can get a good head start on fighting this enemy. It doesn't matter if he has counter because it won't trigger at 2 range. Now these enemies up here in this group, I think they start moving automatically on turn 4. There might be some enemies in this group that don't move. I'm not 100% sure if that only applies to the boss or if there are certain enemies that don't move. I'm actually going to check. Last time I triggered them accidentally. I didn't want to do that. So since we're on stream anyway and I have a good chance to test things out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to sandbag a little bit. I'm going to see which enemies start moving and which enemies don't start moving on turn 4. After turn 4, there's no more enemy AI for this chapter, so it's just standard AI. Awakening is so goated. I agree with you, Alpastor, and thank you for being here today. Good morning, Pixel Donut. I actually, it's closer to lunchtime for me, but I did just wake up not too long ago, so it kind of is a good morning for me as well. Alright, now I have to go highlight all my special squares again. I'll wait and do it in a second. Well, this one's kind of important to highlight, because I need to be able to see. Yeah, so this guy here. Let's go ahead and check what our matchups look like against him. So if we get a little bit of extra speed, we can basically just one-round this guy. We kind of don't want to do that, though. We want to use these enemies to train Lucina. If Henry gets a speed boost, he won't one-round this guy, which I think is actually a good thing. Although I kind of want them to be unpaired, but if they're unpaired, this guy's going to deal a lot of damage to Henry. I think what I can do is I can put... Yeah, okay. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to move these two after, because I want to check to see if I have to use the rescue staff or not. because there's a very small chance that I might get into a situation where Lucina needs to rescue somebody. So I want to save her action until the end of the turn, just in case. Worst case scenario. While I do that, let me go ahead and post my stream links. I'm just going to post them right now, because I'm expecting that I'm going to win on the first attempt. So I might as well just get the stream links posted right away. I think I made a pretty good thumbnail considering I just woke up and made it right before the stream. Alright, that should be fine. Fortunately, I've got a kind of important message that I need to reply to, but I can't do it right now. I'll do it right after the stream ends. By the way, I was talking to an editor just the other day, and they might be helping me out with trimming down some of the older stream archives. Alright, so with this group on the top, what you really need to do, you need to eliminate... Let me highlight these guys just because they're a little bit closer. You need to find a way to eliminate these 3 enemies, and then end your turn on this square, and you also have to eliminate this enemy while ending your turn on this square. We're really going to use Galeforce to our advantage for this, especially to deal with this mage, because he's on the back line. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to pair up here, we're going to run over here, we're going to kill this enemy from behind enemy lines, and then we're going to trigger Galeforce. Unfortunately, because he has Bolganon, it's pretty much guaranteed to hit us. Okay, we crit him anyway, so it didn't really matter. Then I'm going to have Crom actually go over here. I'm going to switch to an Iron Lance, should be fine. Actually, is that fine or not? Let's see. That's going to be 34 damage, and we're going to actually lose a lot when we're unpaired. I don't know exactly how much we're going to lose. Well, we have 55 damage. Even if we lose all 8 extra points of strength when we switch Crom into the lead, this is still enough to kill. So we don't need to use the Silver Lance here. All we need is just 1 dual strike. Very likely to get it. Yep. Hello, Ignatz. Good morning. Thanks for stopping by today. This just gets a little bit of extra experience onto Crom. We're also going to get some experience onto Henry in this chapter, which is pretty cool. So we're going to be training Henry, Lucina. We're going to get a little bit of experience for Crom. Saria, on my test attempt, she just went completely berserk. She swept like half of this chapter. I'm going to see if I can try to replicate that. I think I got her up to level 8 or 9 on my test battle. I don't know if we're going to do that good, but it is very possible to... She's basically... Her build is basically complete now that she has Vengeance. She can serve as just like a removal unit if we need her to, and then on any turns where she has to fight a bunch of enemies on enemy phase, we can just switch over to Nosferatu, and she's pretty much guaranteed to survive. As long as she doesn't have to fight like multiple enemies with 1 range counter, or like Hawkeye-Luna combination. And even Hawkeye-Luna's not that scary because Robin is dual guarding a lot for her now. Okay, let me see... So we're going to be fighting... that's not good. Why can't I reach this square? It's because Assassin doesn't give +1 movement. I was factoring in the +1 movement from Thief, but for some reason when you promote to an Assassin, you lose the +1 movement promotion bonus, which is really stupid, by the way. Exceptionally bad game design. Okay, that kind of ruins my entire plan. Because I need her to be able to move 1 more square. Well, we might be able to salvage this. It's just going to be a little bit wonky. It's going to be a little bit different from what I did on the last attempt. Last attempt, I didn't use Frederick or Cordelia at all on turn 1. So I can potentially use them here. This should be fine as long as we get a dual strike. Okay. I think we're okay. Sort of. I really hate the fact that you lose your +1 movement bonus when you promote to Assassin. It's really, really bad. And Trickster keeps it too, that's the thing. I just need the Steel Axe here. And the Thunder Tome. We're actually pretty likely to kill this guy. If we do, it's not a huge deal. Okay, we actually didn't get the kill, which is kind of probably a little bit better. So the next thing I need to do is... Let me make sure I'm going to have enough room to do everything that I want to do. So I have to pull Lucina... Or, sorry. Oh, this is really bad, actually, because I can't put Sumia back in the lead now. Unless I dance for Sumia. But if I dance for Sumia, then I can't dance for Noe. Ugh. Okay, hold on. I think this is still okay. I think I can do it from this square. It's just... less good. I think this is a lot more risky doing it from this square. But we'll probably be fine. So Noe gets 1 kill there. Then on enemy phase, she only has to fight... On enemy phase, she only has to fight one of these 2 enemies. Because they won't be able to... She can't one round either of them. So even if both of them want to attack her, only one of them can attack her. So she should still be safe in that position. And in that case, I can just do what I did last turn. Or sorry, what I did during my test attempt, which is go like this. Then, by dancing for Crom, what I would normally do is have Sumia stand here, where Cordelia is standing. I would have Sumia move here and switch into the lead, and enemy phase this guy. But because I can't do that, because I had to use Cordelia to do that, I'll just go like this. And I will trade a better weapon into Frederick's hands, so he's not wasting Beast Killer charges. And then I'll just rally move, even though it doesn't matter. Okay. So... he's going to hit me for 26 damage after I unpair with Lucina. Am I okay with that? I think so. I want her to have the Rapier equipped, although I don't think she's going to dual strike, because Lisa's going to be standing next to me, although I could do it like this. 40% chance for Lucina to get a dual strike. We didn't get either dodge, that's unlucky. Doesn't really matter, but it's unlucky. Okay, it looks like Cordelia was a better option there anyway. Yeah, see, even if Longku dual strikes both times, we wouldn't kill that general anyway. So there's never a free space for the other guy to attack Noe. Didn't get it, unfortunate. Sayri heals herself, which is good for us. She doesn't have a weapon equipped, which means she'll never deal counter damage to herself. So she's always safe in this position for at least 1 turn. You can sometimes keep her alive for 2 turns, not the way that we're doing it. You'd have to get rid of this general on turn 1. If you get rid of this general on turn 1, you can actually keep her alive for like 2 turns over here, as long as she dodges at least 1 attack. But we're not going to be doing that. We're going to rescue her right now. First, I have to... It's a little bit wonky. First, I have to make sure that I can actually get rid of most or all of these guys. This one's not as big of a problem. This one's kind of a huge issue. I think I can just have Robin fight him, I think. Or, actually, Saria. I've mostly been leaving Saria in the lead lately, rather than relying on Robin. She needs the experience more than he does. He's basically kind of set for the rest of the game, honestly. I mean, there is going to be a point where he'll start to fall behind enemy stats if we don't level him at all. But by the time he gets to that point, he can just level up quickly using Veteran. So I have to heal Noe, and I have to rescue Sayri. What order do I want to do this in? I think here. I have to be careful though, because I need Olivia. I need to make sure Olivia's not in a position where she's threatened by this guy. And I also need to be aware of this guy's range as well. Spear. Alright, if he's got a spear, then let me start with something like this. Can I one-shot him with the Beast Killer? No. Where does he reach? He reaches pretty far. Alright. Let me start with this then. That's 24. 13's not enough. We need the silver bow. 24 plus 17 is only 41. Actually, we need 2 dual strikes either way. Really? I feel like that wasn't the case last time. Well, we can go for crits. Killer bow. Javelin's actually not that likely. Elf Thunder would be better, but unfortunately he has Aegis. Let's see what happens first. Okay, that was probably the worst possible outcome. That's about as bad as it gets. That might have just bricked this entire attempt, which, I mean, that was my own fault for just relying on a crit anyway. I should have made a plan that was actually going to work, instead of wondering what could happen if I could maybe land a crit. Because now we also don't get our Galeforce action. And even if we rescue and dance for Sumia, that's taking away actions that we need to use for Libra. Okay, how much does he hit me for? 29? So even if I use the concoction, I can't heal back up safely to safety. This is harsh. Hey Ryan Lewis, good morning. You're hoping for good luck and that I have some fun. I'm definitely having fun. After taking a week off from making videos, I just feel completely refreshed. I feel so much... I don't know if my voice sounds any different. I usually have a pretty monotone voice either way, but I really feel so much more refreshed, so much more energetic. Good luck. I don't know about luck. We just got pretty much the worst possible luck we could possibly get. But I should have made a plan that was guaranteed to get rid of this Cavalier. I could have even just used the Beast Killer to guarantee it, since I was going to get hit automatically anyway. That's what I should have done. I should have used the Beast Killer on this guy. Alright, if that's the case, let's think about what we can do to salvage this. So first of all, we can start with this. I'm a little worried about Saria, leaving her in this position. But this drastically reduces the pressure coming from the enemies on the left. Yeah. Significantly. I wish I had an elixir for Noe. If we have to restart, I'm going to get her an elixir. I could switch Lonku into the lead, but she doesn't have a hammer, unfortunately. Who has the hammer? Because Robin needs one. I think I sent it to the convoy. I should have had Noe keep the hammer in her inventory. That was foolish of me. Because then, on turns like this, I could actually switch Lonku into the lead and have Noe attack with the hammer, although I don't really love that either. Because it causes Noe to lose a lot of experience that I really need her to get. Alright, so what would we do next? Problem is, we really, really have to rescue Sayri as well. But I kind of screwed myself. Alright, well, let's do an experiment. If I rescue her in this position, where does she go? Does she go up or does she go left? I want her to go left. I'm afraid that she's going to go up. Okay, she went left. That's very good. What's my rescue range? 4? God, this is atrocious. Frederick should have a hammer, right? Yes, okay. This is why you give 1 rescue charge to Cordelia. She can do stuff like this. Okay, this allows us to make up for the kill that we didn't get earlier by getting it now. This is what should have happened at the start of the turn, if I was playing better. Hey, Spin. Thank you for stopping by. Wyvern Router Noe will not be funny. Yeah, I love the fact that she promotes by, instead of turning into a dragon, she just gets onto, like, another dragon that's different from herself. Let's see. Ryan Lewis, hope to have some good dodges up top. Hopefully our new recruit doesn't get one-rounded. Well, actually, we're not even really going to use Sayri anyway, so in theory, I could just use her to bait enemies, to relieve some pressure from my team. But I don't really want to do that. I'm going to try to do full recruitment as much as possible, other than Donald. He's so much better to use as bait than anything else you can do with him in the game. But like Sayri, even though I'm definitely not going to use her, I still rescue her anyway. Alright, so this turn I want to... Oh, this is tricky because he actually has a silver sword. I'm sorry, not a silver sword. He has a... Well, yes, he has counter, but he has a silver sword, which means he will fight me in 1 range, which means I need to kill him in 2 range before that can happen. But if I kill him in 2 range, that means that I'm not going to have a chance to use Rally Magic. A rapier doesn't have quite enough damage. Unfortunately, it's very difficult to forge the rapier. It's a very expensive weapon. We will actually survive this encounter, but we have to make sure we can get rid of this guy. There's no way I'm getting 2 speed from Henry. Yeah, no. It's gonna be tough to train Lucina. Okay, hold on. What I can do is I can actually just back up. No, because then I have to switch to the 11 sword. Well, I mean, 11 sword does okay. How much magic would I get? Plus 4 magic? That would actually give me the kill. So I would go like this. 11 sword. Rally magic. I have to be very careful about Henry's position, because I think this Cavalier is going to be able to reach him. In fact, no, I don't want them paired up. I want them unpaired. Alright, let's try this. Yeah. Okay. Lucina should be able to take this enemy. Especially if she's not going to deal counter damage to herself, because she's going to be using the 11 sword. So now I have to figure out what to do with Noe and what to do with Sumia. I'm going to switch her over to Nosferatu this turn, I think. Because I don't know how many enemies are going to attack her. And I'm also going to equip Elthunder. Am I? Yes. Okay. I'm going to switch to Nosferatu this turn. I really wish I could have Noe fight this enemy. I can still have Lonku do it, though. Let me see if I can actually damage this guy. Probably not. I can with the Glass Axe. Okay. So I'm going to equip the Glass Axe. I'm going to put Lonku in the lead with the Bronze Bow. This is going to allow him to train Bow rank, allowed her to train Axe rank, I guess. It's not completely pointless. Oh, they go for Saria anyway. Interesting. That sucks. That really sucks. I'm pretty tempted to restart. I know I can win on this attempt, but I'm losing experience on the units who really need experience badly. All because basically a blunder that I made on turn 1 is just like compounding on itself over and over again. Is Lucina going to be the only child unit that I use for this run? People really wanted me to use the child units, so I'm going to try. I'm making a plan right now to use Severa and Cynthia and possibly Noir as well. Let me know if you guys are okay with me restarting the chapter, because I kind of want to restart. I want to restart so I can get experience onto Noe. I really screwed up like this entire thing in the top right corner. I have to fix this. I have to get experience onto Noe. And the fact that this enemy here went for Saria just like completely screwed the entire plan. I think it's probably because he couldn't hit Lonku. I think Lonku was like too likely to dodge his attacks. So he decided to go for Saria instead. Because her defense is way higher. But his speed, like his avoid, is insane. I don't know, actually, his avoid's not that much higher than hers. I'm not sure. Interesting. I'm not sure why that happened. Yeah, let me know if you guys are okay with me restarting the chapter. I'm gonna get caught up on chat anyway. You want a brief Sayri review? That's a good idea, actually, Azid. And also, thanks for being here. Thanks for stopping by, Fluffy. Thanks for stopping by, Spin. Yeah, it's better than regretting it later in the run. Cell. What's up? What's up, Cell? Perfect Cell, perhaps. You got no problems with restarting? Yeah, I'm gonna restart. True is, yeah, that's true too. It's better to have footage where I do everything right so that I can use it for the video later, a couple months from now, when I get to this one. It's just because they were closer, maybe. I don't know. It's not like that. It's not like that in this game. They pick their targets based on like specific things. Okay, so first of all, we need a better square for Noe to stand in, so that she can actually reach here, because she's not going to be getting the move +1 bonus from Thief. And then, was that the only problem? What was the problem that caused it? Oh, it was because I didn't trigger. It's because I didn't trigger Galeforce when I was fighting this Cavalier. So next time we're gonna pick a line that's guaranteed to succeed instead of only having a chance to succeed, so that we don't get into an extremely messy position again. Let's check the top right. Okay, so this guy has counter, which is not a problem at all. She can't deal counter damage to herself because she has no sword, which is great. We can actually use that to our advantage. This guy having counter is not a problem. We're going to fight him over the wall. This guy having counter is not a problem. He starts with 2 range. This guy should be safe to fight him. In fact, because he doesn't have Hawkeye this time, we're actually in a safer position. Because I restarted the chapter anyway, and because a lot of new people just joined the stream, I'm going to go over the safe positions again on this chapter. Because there's a couple of very important tiles that we can use to our advantage when planning our strategy. So our goal is going to be to wipe out these 3 enemies and this enemy right here. When we do that, this square right here is only going to be threatened by this general. So we can drag him away from the rest of the group and fight him over the wall. You can also use this as an opportunity to train a unit. You can put Lucina here with the Levin sword. We're going to be using Noe with a hand axe just because she really needs experience. This tile right here is only threatened by this mage. So you can end your turn with Sumia on this tile after she kills some other enemies. Or you can have, like we had to do last time, you can have Cordelia fly up here and take this position as well. And then over here on the left side, because of the desert tiles and because the mages start so far away, you can spend a couple of turns fighting these Cavaliers. In particular, this one right here. You want to draw him out to the very max edge of his range. So we're going to pull him all the way over to this tile. I started already, right? Yes, I did. Wow, there's a lot of chat going on. Yeah, I'm not grinding. There's no grinding at all. And that's going to make the child units very difficult. If I don't see this, I'm probably going to take a couple weeks off after this stream from Lunatic Plus. I need to do a lot of testing. If I can't get Severa and Cynthia like right now, like immediately after this chapter, it's going to be very difficult to start raising them because they're going to get into a position where there's not going to be any enemies that they can safely fight. So we need to get them before Milotree because that Milotree has a lot of unpromoted enemies and a lot of opportunities for them to fight. So we really want to get them before Milotree, which means we're going to have to chain their 2 Paralogues together. And in order to do that, I'm going to have to do a lot of planning and a lot of testing. For the other child units, do I have an idea of who they're going to pair up with? So Cynthia and Lucina are going to be paired together as sisters. And then Severa, I'm probably going to either pair her with Cordelia and then just bench Frederick. Because essentially what we're going to be doing is we're going to be replacing Frederick with Severa. Frederick has no access to enemy phase healing. Severa does. So essentially, if we can train her up to Frederick's level, she'll be a strict upgrade because she's going to be Frederick, but with enemy phase healing because she's going to have access to Soul. And she's going to have the hero class, and she's going to have Axebreaker. So she's going to be a more consistent enemy phase tank. So what we can do is either pair her up with her mother, Cordelia, or if we get Noir onto the team, we can use Noir as an archer. Because archer is a very good support class, especially for physical units. Alright, let's get into this. So we're going to pair these 2 up. We're going to see about potentially player phase removing this guy right now. I'm just going to use Thunder, because if we don't kill him, it actually... Yeah, we're going to kill him. you kill him almost every single time. If you don't, it just gives Noe a chance to pick up the experience. Like on the last attempt. See, that last attempt would have been really good because Noe ended up getting a lot of experience. But it was also bad because we had Noe in the wrong position, which is, we need her to be in the right position. So we're going to go here. We're going to fly up here. Now her with the hand axe equipped, Lonku with the armor slayer, they can enemy phase this guy and pull him away from the rest of the group. Next thing we need to do is start having our Galeforce pair chip away at these enemies over here. So you want to get rid of this guy for sure. Nice. Now what I like to do is have Crom, let's see actually, yeah. So we'll put Crom here. Iron Lance, I think we determined last time that we have just enough damage to one round this guy with the steel bow. Crit anyway, so all is well. I'm actually kind of tempted to use Cordelia anyway. Is that crazy? Or maybe even Frederick. It's an interesting idea. Alright, let's start by pulling Crom back. Now I can show you, actually, well, let me do it the other way so I can show you what the intended strategy was. The intended strategy before I had to steer on the last attempt is this. So you pull Crom back here, and then you dance for him. By dancing for him, this allows you to put Sumia back in the lead. And leave her in range where she can fight the mage on enemy phase. You know what, since we're going to be replacing, there's a very good chance we're going to be replacing Cordelia with Severa later. I think it's actually better to train Sumia now. Because Sumia we're actually going to be continuing to use for the long term. And the more we train her now, the better Cynthia is going to be later. Hey Ryuri, hey Starforce, hey Vivi Cooley, hey Antvaresi. Has Lucina popped off yet? She hasn't popped off yet, but I will say this is the best chapter to train her. There are no enemy reinforcements. We're not getting attacked by like 5 or 6 different directions at the same time. And the rapier has effective damage against all of the cavalier, all of the armor knights, all of the generals, all of the dark knights, and the mages don't really have a lot of defense. So Lucina, like as opposed to the last chapter where Lucina has a bad matchup against every single enemy on the map, in this chapter, Lucina has a good matchup against basically every single enemy on the map. So she hasn't popped off yet, but it is possible to train her on this chapter, which is what we're going to be doing. You know what I'd like to do? I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna use, since I'm gonna be using the 11 sword anyway, I do want to separate these two, but I can rally magic for her. That's going to increase her damage. And then, because we didn't need to use Frederick and Cordelia this time, by the way, if Sumia takes any damage, at this point you would have Cordelia fly up here and heal her. So, there's never really any risk of Sumia's health dropping too low, because you just heal her anyway. I guess I'm just going to put this pair right here. In fact, they should actually be in this order, just to give a slight support bonus to Sumia. Alright, let's see how things go. Didn't get the dodge, that's fine, I guess. Yeah, at this point in time, Sumia has become a crit monster. She's going to be critting and dual striking so much because of all the support bonuses that she has. Okay, as long as you get dual strikes here, you can slowly chip this guy down. It might even be possible for Noe to attack somebody over the wall this turn. Alright. Now, whoever kills this enemy can be left in position to enemy phase this one. And also, because this guy doesn't have counter this time, we can actually fight him in one range. Lucina can actually fight him. Interesting. Can I one-shot this one with the rapier? I can. Interesting. Gotta make sure I don't miss. Nice. Okay, so this means now we can enemy phase the other guy. Oh, actually, we trigger Galeforce too. This is very interesting. Okay, hold on. I need to do a lot of damage here. I think Henry's the play. 40% chance, didn't get it. It's fine. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to... Because he doesn't have counter, right? Yeah, he does not have counter. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to heal Lucina back to full. And then I can't kill him because he's going to cut my damage in half. But what I can do is enemy phase him and bait in dual strikes from Henry. So we're training Henry and Lucina over here on the left on the slow moving enemy group who's trapped in the desert. Okay, so the next thing we do is... clean up this group on the left, I think. Oh, this one didn't move this time because I didn't leave Noe in his range either. So that actually is, that's relieving a lot of pressure on this team in the center. Galeforce more like Kanto plus. Crit RNG has been pretty wild this round. Keep in mind her crit rate is extremely high. The crit rates in Awakening are very, very high. They're like your worst crit rate at this point in the game is going to be like 11%. And it goes all the way up to like 50%. Like on normal like not using killer weapons, just like on normal characters are going to have like 50% crit rates. It's absolutely insane. You can get like 80% crit rate with crit weapons. Okay, let me get caught up on chat really quick. Rio Ray says they watched my team building video and the early chapter vids and decided to pick up Lunatic Plus for the first time. You already made it to chapter 10. That's really awesome. Yeah, it is a little reset heavy at the start, but the more you get into it, the less reset heavy it's going to be. Like, I could have beaten this map on the first attempt. We're probably going to beat it on this attempt. The only reason I restarted was just to get experience onto Noe. Yeah, Kanto Plus with multiple attacks. Hey Azid, hey Ryan Lewis. Oh, I already said hey to you earlier, but I'm going to say hey again anyway. Sayri, my beloved, she's the second pairing that you did with your Robin Good Times. We're going to be doing Sayri pair up in our No Frederick run. Let's see. Noe and the new recruit are screaming for help over there. Noe's actually doing kind of fine. She seems like she's in danger, but she's actually pretty okay. She's just kind of like doing her own thing over here. Am I going to be doing other paralogs like Owain despite having no plans for using them? Yeah, if we get the Owain paralog, which we should get, because we're going to be pairing Lisa and Henry. Even though we're not going to be using Owain in the long term, we will do his paralog just for the free experience and loot and all that other stuff. Hey Roisenberry, you can't stay for long, but good luck with the stream and good luck with training Lucina. So we've actually done a much better job at training Lucina this time. Because this enemy didn't have counter, it opened up a lot of possibilities. I've already got more experience onto Lucina than I did in my test attempts, at least like at this point in the chapter. Later on, we're going to get her a lot more experience, which is going to be really fun. Alright, so let's get focused on rescuing Sayri and training Noe. Let me wipe out the enemies on the left side first so I can see how much room I'm going to have. I think in theory there's actually a lot of space over here on the left side. As long as you're not worried about these enemies. I have to be careful. Now this guy should prioritize Noe over anybody else, because he almost one-shots her. But I'm a little worried because last time I left Saria over here and she ended up getting attacked, which pulled the attack. Not only did it pull the enemy away from Noe, but it actually stole the experience. That's actually the bigger deal. Okay, who has the hammer now? Yes, okay, Saria has the hammer, so that's really good. We need to get the hammer into their inventory. I have to be careful. I don't want to move into range of these guys on the left, because if I do, it's gonna start moving all of them. What is my kill chance like on these enemies? 18. That's 36. What's 52 minus 36? I need an extra 16 damage. I cannot get that with the silver bow, unfortunately, because I'm going to lose one attack. So I would need multiple dual strikes to get it on these enemies. Okay, let's start with this one. We're going to do what we should have done last attempt, which is use the Beast Killer here. And we actually one-shot him this time. I wonder what changed. Yeah, okay. I like this line a lot more. I like this line a lot more. $27. I'm going to give him the hammer now, He doesn't need it this turn. He can do it with the Steel Axe. I kind of want to use Ruin just to show it off, but I shouldn't be wasting valuable tome charges just to show off. I'll find a point during this chapter to use Ruin. It's so much fun. Ruin is so much fun. On a build like this, where you have Saria with an S-rank support partner, you can usually get like 70 to 80% crit rates on Ruin. It's so much fun. It is so fun. Alright, let me make sure that these guys are not going to just straight up kill Sumia if I leave her in range of both of them. 19 plus 27. That's 46 damage. That absolutely kills her. Okay, so the good thing is this guy actually doesn't really reach any of our units. So if that's the case, we can actually just recruit Sayri this turn. I don't normally do that. I normally just pull her over here. So go like this. Dance. We know that she's going to get pulled to the left, so we're not too worried about that. Plenty of rescue range on Libra. Hey Waggish, is Bloodborne my favorite Souls game? Yeah, for sure. Bloodborne is my favorite Souls game by far. I love Bloodborne. Can I... I'm pretty sure I can bait this guy into moving by attacking this one. I have to make sure I can't one-round this guy. I definitely can't one-round this guy, so let's do this. It's going to give me a slight chance to chip this enemy down. Waste of an Armor Slayer charge, but Armor Slayer is not the most valuable weapon. Now this should allow me to fight either this guy or this guy. It doesn't really matter which one, but it's going to bait this guy into moving, even though I'm not going to leave any characters in his range. I need this pair to be available, so I'm going to do this. Now I have Sayri. I'm going to... I guess I'll just heal her with Cordelia. It seems like Cordelia and Frederick aren't doing much, but trust me, they're very important. They're just waiting for the chance to jump out. We're basically like keeping them on standby, so we can use them as soon as they're needed. Plus, I mean, Cordelia's been healing every turn, too. Oh, nice! We got the Henry Dual Strike. Ryan Lunis says free recruitment, anti-Donnie, full recruitment, a team full of XP vampires. I feel like I'm the most notorious Donald hater in the Fire Emblem space right now. Speaking of Souls-like games, what do you think about Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin? I have not seen anything about that before, so I cannot give my opinion on it. What is it, like a Final Fantasy game that has Souls-like qualities? Because that seems pretty interesting. Does that have character creation, though? Because for me, character creation is the most important. The main thing that I like about most games is the ability to create my own characters and make my own builds. Even Fire Emblem Awakening, it has a lot of pre-generated characters, and Robin's the only one you really get to create, but you mostly get to create, your own builds. If I can't make my own builds, if I'm forced to play as, a specific, generic dude, I don't want to... I haven't played it, so I'm not going to say it's a bad game, but, what's it called? Lords of the Fallen, for example, is a Souls game. It was one of the first big Souls game ripoff type games, and the fact that you had to play as this really specific character with his own specific story and his own specific build just made me not even care about playing the game at all. Hey Tricky, do I consider this map to be free? It's not exactly free. I think it's very similar to Chapter 4 at the start of the game. If you don't know what you're doing, this chapter can feel very, very difficult. If you know what you're doing, it's a lot easier, but it's still not it's still not completely free. Why didn't this guy attack Noe at all? He just ran away from Noe. He just didn't attack her. What is going on with this general? His AI is being absolutely insane. Did anyone see why that happened? Why this guy did not attack Noe when he had a clear shot against her? Oh my god, it was because it was because of the Cavalier. The generals moved before the Cavaliers. So the Cavalier was standing in this space, so the general moved away. And then, after the general moved away, then the Cavalier moved out of the way. I shouldn't have done that. I should have just left Noe. I should have gone with my plan and just left Noe here. This is what happens when you try to steer instead of sticking to your plan. Yeah, the enemies over here you can pick off pretty easily, although the mages will give you trouble. The enemies up here are really the dangerous ones. All of these enemies, I think all of these enemies, there might be a couple that don't, but either most or all of these enemies start moving on turn 4, and that's when the map gets really dangerous, because you don't really have a lot of space up here before you get back into the desert, and then your units don't really have anywhere to retreat, so you have to take on this incoming wave of enemies pretty fast. We're going to be using Saria for that, but we need to get her into position first. So let me... God, this is making me very angry. I'm not restarting again. None of these guys have pass, so as long as I block these squares, I should be okay. I can get rid of this guy with Sumia. So let me do that. Oh, I know why I one-shotted that guy too, by the way. It's because I leveled up strength. Didn't get the crit, unfortunately. Now this one's a little bit scary. This one's not scary at all. I kind of need to heal her, though. Well, hold on. Where does he reach? He actually doesn't reach that far. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, what if I... Nosferatu damage is okay. I'm going to heal for 11. Then he's going to hit me for another 23. I think I need to have the hammer equipped now. I'm going to start with Nosferatu equipped instead of switching to it later, because I really need to get as much damage as possible right now. I need to get as much healing as possible right now. Ooh, and I got the Vengeance proc for extra healing. Unfortunately, that was pretty bad, because we left him on 1 HP, so we didn't get any extra healing. We can heal her back to 29, so she doesn't get one-shot by anything at least. I think Nosferatu will still keep her alive. Plus, I think we're pretty likely to be able to pull this guy away with Noe. So what we're going to do now is put her over here in the spot where she should have been last turn. This should pull this guy back over, unless if he sees a kill on Saria, he will go for her though. But if that happens, then Saria was going to die anyway, so that also would have just been a restart anyway. So I think that's fine. In fact, what I can even do is, because these squares aren't threatened, and this guy has a 2-range weapon equipped... Ooh, hold on, I have to be careful. I have to be very, very careful about what I do here. Because if this guy moves into this position, he will trigger counter damage, which we really badly do not want. We can prevent that from happening, though. And I see the way. And it also prevents Saria from baiting in this enemy. So I like this line. So what we're going to do is... we're going to go here with a Javelin equipped. And we're going to heal Saria back up. And then we're going to pair up Frederick just with the Steel Axe and not with the Hammer, because we actually don't want to kill this guy if he attacks Frederick. We actually don't even want him to... we don't even want him to attack Cordelia, but if he does, we don't want Frederick to get the kill. Oh, this is tricky, because he can still move into this square. Will he do that, though? I feel like he'll attack Noe. I feel like he'll attack Noe. I understand that he wouldn't attack Lonku, but I feel like he's going to attack Noe before Saria. He can practically one-shot her. Well, I guess we'll see what happens, but it's going to be bad, because if he moves into this square, she's going to deal counter damage to herself. I don't think we can do anything about it at this point. We'll just go with whatever happens. Against these enemies, you kind of need... Lisa to be in the front. She's the only one who can really safely fight them. In fact, we're in a little bit of a dangerous situation here. We can't 2-range him because it's going to leave us in range of multiple enemy mages, but we can't 1-range him because we'll kill ourselves with counter damage. So this turn we're just going to back up. Let's back up to here. I need to heal Lucina anyway. I can do this. She has the physics staff, right? If I heal Saria, this increases the chances that she'll survive if she gets attacked. I'm just really hoping she doesn't get attacked, honestly. And then Sayori, I just keep her out of range of everything. Okay, he went for Noe, that's good. So from now on, we can just leave this guy over here in the corner and just let Noe fight him for as many turns as it takes. Plus, because he didn't damage us this turn, we can actually just do this. Get another round of combat in. Nice. If we get 2 more dual strikes, we'll kill this guy. If not, we'll have to spend multiple turns fighting him. And we can just keep healing back up with the men's staff, so Noe's always on full health. And then these enemies are no longer really threatening to us. Now the tricky thing is, a lot of the enemies on the left side are going to start moving soon. I would like to get a Galeforce proc here. In fact, let's start with this one, yeah. 18. We want the killer bow because we need crits here. We calculated last time we're 1 point of damage short of one-rounding this guy. Yeah, okay. We had to fish for crits there. We didn't get them, but I think that's actually fine. It just means that Saria is just going to get some more experience. We don't need Nosferatu this time. We just need Thunder. In fact, we can possibly even let Frederick get a kill here. Yes, I'm going to let Frederick get a kill here. Really? I don't have an Iron Lance in her hands. Okay. I could run up and hit him with the hammer, but I don't want to do that. It's fine. We wasted a Silver Lance charge. It's not the end of the world. I'm assuming this guy's going to still keep attacking Noe. She's by far the most desirable target. What we can do is get Sumia into a good position. We actually want Sumia to be on the left side, or sorry, on the bottom. On the next turn. The good thing is we can have Lisa fight this guy with Rexcalibur. I kind of want to just fight both of them. How much damage are they going to do? 64. She'll take 44 damage with no pair-ups and no resistance bonus. The extra 4 resistance, she'll take 36 damage. She'll survive on 1, surprisingly. I think it's better to just fight one of them, though. So I'm going to go here. Rally Magic. I want the Bronze Lance equipped in case we dual strike. I don't think we're going to dual strike, but in case we do. I'll split these two up. They're probably just going to pair back up again immediately, but you never know. Alright, let's see what the General does now. He might go for Frederick. You never know. Frederick might be an inviting target. No, he keeps going for Noe. That's good. That's exactly what we want. Cool. Awesome promoted kill for Noe. She's getting very close to level 10. Once she hits level 10, she's going to have a huge power spike. Okay, yeah, so all of these enemies start moving. It looks like all of the enemies start moving on turn 4. So it's not just specific ones. So if that's the case, honestly, knowing that all of them are going to start moving, it's probably a better idea to try and get a good head start and wipe out some of them early. I'll keep that in mind for the next attempt if we have to do it again. I don't think we're going to have to do it again. Alright, so the reason we wanted Sumia over here is so that she can help take care of some of these mages. Because as you can see, if we can get rid of all 3 of these mages, it reduces the number of enemies who can target us. We do want to get rid of this guy with the Silver Axe, though, like, really badly. So let me see if we can take him this way. Elf Thunder, not quite enough. So the tricky part is actually having enough actions to actually get rid of all these enemies. Tricky's asking if I checked out Super Hollow Wars yet. Actually did, yes. I did a test stream. You guys can't see it because it's privated. I did a test stream, I played through the tutorial, and I'm going to stream it at some point in the near future. I'm gonna start with chapter 1. I'm not gonna stream the tutorial because it's just a tutorial. And I've played like every single Super Robot Wars game with an English release, and many of the ones that don't have an English release. So I don't like watching me play through a Super Robot Wars tutorial is not going to be that interesting. It was just me like skipping all of the prompts. But I didn't start chapter 1 yet, but I have a feeling I'm going to enjoy the game, so I'm going to stream it starting from chapter 1 at some point in the near future. Ryan Lewis is streaming through Path of Radiance right now. Yeah, bonus XP helps a lot. Let's see, Ryan Lewis. Yeah, forging weapons. Ryan Lewis is talking about something I talked about in probably, I think, one of my earlier guides, where if you forge your weapons early on, it can help a lot with those very difficult early chapters. What are my thoughts on Sayri? She is very similar to Anna in the sense that her worst quality is the fact that she doesn't have supports with most of the cast. But just like Anna, she is an extremely good partner for Robin. They did this very weird thing with Awakening where the characters who can only pair with Robin are actually very, very good partners for Robin. Like the fact that you just get a character who gives... so she gives +7 speed, right? So if you're pairing her with Robin, on her join chapter, she can just give 7 speed to Robin. Then on top of that, by building their support ranks, she can give an additional +2 speed for +9, and she can eventually give, she really only needs like 1 level to be giving +10 speed to Robin. With that bonus, you basically switch from going, like you can switch Robin from getting doubled by enemies to doubling those same enemies with a 10-point speed swing. If you're doing Dark Mage Robin, I think Sayri is a fantastic support partner for Robin because of how slow the Dark Mage class is, and you essentially get her for free. You don't have to train her at all. She just joins. She's just here. You just have her. She's here. You get her forever. And her dual strikes are very strong too, and she'll eventually get Sword Fair, which gives even stronger dual strikes. And on top of all of that, you can also, if you want to train her as a combat unit, you can switch her over to a Dark Flyer. The training process kind of sucks, but she can eventually get Galeforce. I would probably save that for a grinding context. What is Super Robot Wars? It's basically a series of strategy RPGs made by Bandai Namco, who owns the rights for a lot of anime. And so what they did was they made a strategy RPG series that crosses over different Super Robot anime, like, Real Robot, Mecha, and Super Robot anime. So classically, Gundam, Getter Robo, and Mazinger are basically in almost every single Super Robot Wars games because Bandai Namco owns the rights for all 3 of those anime. And then as the series became more popular, they just got the rights to include other anime in their games as well. So you just typically have, like, if you have a favorite Super Robot or just like Mecha anime series, there was probably a Super Robot Wars game that features those characters and those robots. And there's like 50 games in the series. Most of them are not translated. And then there's also original Generations games, which tend to have really good gameplay mechanics and really good original stories. And Tricky and I are talking about a game called Super Hollow Wars, which is a fan-made game that has Hololive characters in a Super Robot Wars type fan game. How much speed does Lucina give? I think it's +5, +6. Why is it +6? It's because Great Lord gives +4, and then she's giving +2 from speed. Yeah, Sayri gets Dark Flyer. It's not very often utilized. Gurren Lagann is pretty common in some of the newer ones. Code Geass is pretty common in the newer ones, yeah. They've been doing Magic Knight Ray Earth a lot in the newer ones too, which I really like because I love Magic Knight Ray Earth. Alright, let's see about these enemies. Rex Caliber. Sorry, I can fight Rex Caliber. Silver Sword with no counter. Sorry, I can fight that. Silver Lance with counter. We don't want to fight if we don't have to. Unfortunately, we can't get into a good position where this guy can reach us. And this guy can't. Because these stupid boxes are in the way. Spear, we could totally be fine with fighting the spear enemy, but we can't do that. It's this guy right here is the biggest problem. In fact, there's something else that reaches that tile. What is it? Is it this guy? Oh my god, that guy's got an insane range. Do I think that she can take on 5 enemies? The thing that scares me the most is this guy right here. Even with Nosferatu, you really don't want to mess with enemies who have counter. If I had Sumia up here, I could fly in, I could remove this guy, and then get out of the way. But I didn't realize that all of the enemies were going to start moving. Okay, let me think about going in the other direction then. You need Ike to promote. At least he doesn't promote as late as Roy. Yeah, Lucina's a pretty good pair-up bot. Do I play Super Wars with animations, or do I skip them after seeing them once? Yeah, I almost always play strategy games with animations turned off. It's just, I play so many strategy games, like, all day long, every day. It's just, the animations just take too much time. I do turn them back on just to see, like cool moments. Like, usually if I'm finishing off a boss with, like, a special attack or something, I'll turn the animations back on. For Super Robot Wars, particularly. Especially because the animations in that game tend to be absolutely fire. Okay. Let's get real. Let me think about what I'm trying to do here. I think this works. The problem is, it's going to be tricky to get her back out of there. Not impossible, but tricky. She should have enough movement, and she has a pretty good chance of dodging this attack, too. Didn't get the dodge. Never dodge. Oh god, I'm gonna sneeze. Let me pair up with Henry. I need to try to kill this guy, or at least severely weaken him. Okay, with the Henry pair up, I actually have a pretty good matchup against him. That extra magic goes a long way. All I need is just like one Henry dual strike. I didn't get it. It's fine. I can use either Lucina, Crom. I think I can use Crom to fix this situation. Crom can go here. Then I dance for him. Is there any way to get this guy? Well, let me pair up with Sumia first. I need to stop wasting killer bow charges. Switch back to the steel bow. One thing I will say that I miss about not having like Great Lord or Bow Knight Crom is not having the rapier. Just like this one chapter specifically, having the rapier would be nice, just for dual strikes against these guys. But it's honestly not that big of a deal. I don't think Sumia has any problem killing these enemies. All right, so we're gonna go Javelin for consistency here. Is that true actually? Because our damage is gonna be cut in half. Yeah, this is still consistent. Okay. This guy has no ranged attacks. This is around the time when I would normally pass Crom over. That's 18. Does she have the rapier equipped? Let me equip the rapier. So this is one really awesome thing that I like about Lucina. Is that specifically Sumia, Lucina, and Crom, with both having Galeforce, is that you can do actions like this, where you have Lucina act, you have Sumia act, and then you can like do stuff like this, where you pass Crom over to Lucina. Now Lucina has Crom available as her para partner. Which one do we want to fight on enemy phase? Actually, none of them, because we can't get healed. So let's go over here. We're gonna 11 sword this guy. So you can pass Crom back and forth between them while they're using like multiple Galeforce actions per turn. Okay, the team on the bottom on the middle section is looking really rough now. This guy's safe to fight. This guy's safe to fight. Safe. Safe-ish. Safe. The problem is this guy, yeah. This guy's moderately safe. I can't see. Can't see how to get through this. This guy having pass is a huge problem. We cannot fight this guy. I almost feel like I just had to let Saria go for it. I just got overwhelmed. On my successful attempt, by the time I got to this point, Saria was already up here, and she had already killed like 3 enemies. And like this group up here was like more thinned out. The fact that we still haven't even moved Olivia out of position yet either is just like so tricky. If this mage wasn't here, in fact, hold on a second, I can get rid of this mage. Yeah, okay, I see the play. I see the play. Him having Vantage in Luna is really bad. It's actually not the worst, because I'm going to get Nosferatu healing after he attacks me. Yeah. Nice. I still don't love the way that this is going. I really don't. But I can pull Frederick over here with the hand axe equipped. This will potentially drag some enemies away from Saria. And Frederick can take these attacks from the spear and the silver sword. Problem is, I think Saria is going to get overwhelmed. Especially because this guy... Oh god, this guy also has Luna. And not only does he have Luna, but he also has Aegis Plus, which means I'm not going to get very much healing off of him. And we're also still in range of this guy with counter. Yeah, we're screwed. We're screwed. This attempt is cooked. Alright. We really needed to get rid of at least one of these Dark Knights sooner, because they just have such a massive range. We can use you to get Olivia out of here. And then I'm not sure what to do with these two, honestly. Can she take a silver sword? I doubt it. Well, I don't know, maybe. No, probably not with Luna. 34 minus 7. Is 27 damage. I can't get back up to 27. What I can do is this. I sincerely doubt he's going to attack Lonku. But yeah. Okay. Let's be more proactive next turn. I was actually being very cautious on the last attempt. I need to be way more proactive. I'm going to take a bathroom break really quick, and I'm going to end this poll. Once again, I completely failed. Everyone had faith. Actually, last week, I think it was like 80 to 90% of people voted yes, and then I failed. This week, you guys know better. Only 75% people voted yes, and then I still failed. The weird thing is, like with these chapters, I usually beat them on the first attempt off stream, and then as soon as I start streaming, I just immediately start making mistakes. It's fine though, because this would have been like a 30-minute stream if I won on the first attempt. I have to take a really quick bathroom break. I will be right back. And I'm back. Oh, I gotta turn my... I don't know how my screen got turned to the side. Streamer curse, says Vivicoli. Performance anxiety. Yeah, it's probably just a mix of like a lot of different things. Since we're restarting anyway, let's check these guys. It should be fine. Bows are the mainstay weapon of the series because range beats almost everything. Excuse me. I've had really bad acid reflux today for some reason. I think it's actually because I didn't eat, weirdly enough. Like sometimes, I don't know if anyone here has acid reflux, but sometimes you can get acid reflux from eating too much. But sometimes you can also get it from like not eating enough. It's really weird. It like goes both ways. It's like there's just like never a good situation with acid reflux. You're just always sick. What was I gonna say though? I had something in mind that I was gonna mention. So we definitely need to be more proactive with Saria this attempt, for sure. I was being way too cautious with her on the last attempt. This is fine. This is fine. This guy we want on there we go. Okay. Let's try again. I love when Vengeance triggers when you're on full HP. Ooh, this is a little bit tricky. This means there's a potential for her to get the kill, but there's also potential for her to just not get it. Because I need 2 dual strikes. Okay, we got pretty lucky there. But we also got a little bit... We got, like... Saria is extremely likely to kill that enemy. So the fact that she didn't kill him means we kind of start off with an unlucky streak, which just turned into a lucky streak, getting 2 dual strikes. This does mean we have to send the hammer back to the convoy, though, which is tricky because we're gonna have to find an opportunity for Robin to grab it, because Robin needs the hammer. Another thing you realize, there's almost no point in wasting money lowering the weight of weapons. It feels really dumb. What game is that? A Path of Radiance thing? Tricky asks if I've ever tried bringing the battle to the beach because it impedes the movement. Yeah, that's typically what I do. That's my normal strategy. I just didn't get the chance to show it off yet because we didn't get that far. But typically I have Saria up here fighting some of the enemies. She'll draw some of the enemies this way, and then the other enemies go this way while we retreat down onto the beach. I just didn't get a chance to show it off because I haven't gotten far enough through the chapter yet. If I have to choose, which will I take, chocolate or cheese? So actually, I can't eat chocolate anymore. I get really sick when I eat chocolate now. I think I inherited it from my mother, because she used to be able to eat chocolate when she was like a child, but then once she grew up, for some reason she just like randomly became allergic to chocolate, and the same thing happened to me, unfortunately, which really sucks because I love eating chocolate. Like I haven't eaten chocolate in like more than 10 years for sure, and I still regularly think about like eating chocolate. Like I love chocolate that much. And I lost out. Like, I just can't have it anymore, which is really, really bad. It's, like, really unfortunate. Okay, then we're gonna go here. Like, the fact that I can't eat chocolate anymore, like, still bums me out regularly. So we got this one-shot threshold, or one-round threshold, I should say. Then we're going to rescue... this. Going to dance. We're going to use this team. And then, like I said before, if Sumia gets injured at all during that time when she's fighting those... By the way, the fact that Sumia and Chrom are attacking like 6 times per turn together is just absolutely insane. They killed 3 enemies. They got a hit and a dual strike against every single enemy. Like, Chrom is in the back, and he's attacking like 3 times per turn. They just always dual strike, and then you add that in with like Galeforce, the way Galeforce works. It just gives you so much like offensive potential. People who think Sumia's offense is weak, they're not evaluating her within the context of how the game actually works. Like, if you just look at her stat block by itself, yes, her strength is low, but if you think about the way this game works with dual strikes and critical hits and all that stuff, she has so much potential, especially because she has pretty much the fastest route to Galeforce. There's just so much you can do with her. Anyway, I would have Cordelia fly over here and heal her. We don't need to do that. So we're just going to do what we did last time. We're going to put Frederick there instead to increase our crit rate, potentially. Okay, Spear guy. I'm going to do what I did last time. I actually really liked this. This was a bit of a steer on the last attempt, but I ended up very much liking it. So I'm going to go like this. And I'm going to... let me make sure... Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to Rally Magic for both of them to increase their damage. Sayri's completely fine here. Nice dodge. Ugh. That sucks. When Lonku misses or doesn't dual strike, we don't get any experience. But we do get weapon experience still, so it's not like the end of the world. But you really want those attacks to hit. Okay, so we have to be more proactive with Saria this time. That's what we learned on the last attempt. There's a lot of space that we can open up here. I need to get the hammer. So I have to think about where these two are going to be ending their turn and where these two are going to be ending their turn. Let me start with Libra, because we're going to be doing this no matter what. I could honestly let Sayri die here. I'm not going to, but I could. I think letting Frederick take out this guy might actually work. Although, unfortunately, he can't fight him in one range. Because he doesn't have the power to one-shot with the hammer. Because this guy is counter, that actually causes a lot of problems. This guy is counter, too. I have to be careful about that. Well, because this guy is counter, what if we let Frederick take him out instead? Or not Frederick, but Cordelia would be the one to do it. I would fish for Beast Killer dual strikes. I got 2 chances. Plus I'm going to have boosted damage from Frederick as well. I kind of like this. Oh yeah. I'm seeing it. I'm just not there yet. You have to give me a second. It has to do with how I'm going to remove these 2 units. And then where Saria is going to stand at the end. I think she's going to be standing here at the end. Which means I want to remove him first. Unfortunately, just like last time, we're actually not really guaranteed to kill this guy. So I think I'm going to go for Killer Bow crits and Elf Thunder crits. And if we don't get this kill, we're just going to have to, I don't know. Okay. That's pretty fortunate. That could have gone a lot worse. No, unfortunately, this is a little bit threatening. Because we're gonna have to fight this guy in one range. Well, he's gonna have a chance to hit us anyway because he has a 2-range weapon equipped. But the really threatening part is that after I fight him, if I'm not at full health, I'm gonna have, well, I can physic up with Lisa. Okay. And plus, I might be able to one-shot him with the Beast Killer. Yes, I can. Interesting. That makes this line way more consistent. Okay, so now what I do is I go into the convoy and I grab the hammer that I picked up. I'm going to equip that hammer this turn because I'm going to be fighting the general most likely. I'm going to switch these 2 into the lead. I'm going to give her the javelin so that if the general attacks her, she'll be safe. And then unfortunately, I'm going to have to use Nosferatu here because I need to have it equipped when I'm fighting these enemies. And the hammer is going to ensure that if we get dual strikes, we don't leave these enemies sitting on 1 HP. Hopefully. Okay. Now, once again, because this guy doesn't have counter, we should be able to do something like 20 damage. Something like this. We do one shot here. I could even just go for this kill right now. Ooh, nice. Silver Axe is the only one who reaches this tile. I kind of want to move Lisa here this turn, right? She can fight him safely. Oh god, no, she gets one shot. And he has guaranteed accuracy. Okay, learned something new today. Well, this guy doesn't have Vantage, so let's just take him out while we're here. And we'll have to heal using Physic, because unfortunately Lisa cannot stand in that tile. She will get destroyed. This is a good time where, if I was doing iterations, like if I had done like more test attempts off stream, I probably would have had a defense tonic on Lisa at this point, because I would have noticed this a few attempts ago. But because I only did this once off stream and I beat it on my first attempt, it means that I have like a lot less planning. Okay, I'm gonna pull Sayri back here. Nope, I have to go from this position. There you go. You do need to recruit her at some point because she won't move on her own. But at that point is not right now. I do need to make sure I can actually kill this guy before turn 4. Turn 4 or 5. But we should be fine. I'm not going to attack him, I'm going to let him attack me. Yes. Hey Devin, thanks for stopping by today. I'm going to check your message in just a second. Hey Mav Tato. You finally catching a stream for the first time. You're hoping it goes well. It's gone pretty good. Ooh, he went after Cordelia. Interesting. I don't know why he did that. If I knew he was going to do that, I wouldn't have needed to waste Nosferatu charges. This is fine though, because it's going to allow me to get Sari up into the position where I want her to be, which is up here. Yes. Can I fight this guy? God, he has counter. And he has counter. Well, him having counter is not a problem. Him having counter is a big problem. Especially because they have overlapping ranges. Well, let me go into not their range, I guess. What I can do is Tomahawk, Iron Lance. Okay. Because I know there's an enemy up, a really difficult enemy up here who has counter, what I can do is this. This gets Sumia into position next turn to deal with the difficult counter enemy. I'm also going to try to get rid of him if I can. Good. Yeah, we're like almost always guaranteed to get some kind of crit. Okay, so this is going to allow us to do this. Gotta be careful though, because he does have... he's going to hit me pretty hard. 22. That's going to be 40 damage. I can heal with Lisa if I need to. She has a very far physic reach. Okay, probably could not have gone any worse than it just did. The good thing is Noe's on full health, so she can attack if I really need her to. In fact, this is bad because Lanku only hits this guy for 14, I believe. So this guy will survive on 1 even if I attack him. What if... The problem is if I go Frederick here, I'm gonna have Frederick stuck in the lead. I can actually dance though. That opens up a lot of possibilities. If this square was empty, I could actually move Noe here and attack this guy. The way it looks right now, I don't have a lot of good options. Alright. Yeah, even white chocolate. Yeah, any chocolate I can't eat. Did the Risen that blocked the rescue shop disappear? I'm not sure. I didn't double check. I have 7 rescue charges, which is enough for this. You really only need like 1 for this chapter. Like maybe 2 if you get into a bad spot. If I was given the opportunity, which chocolate dessert would I like to eat again? I really love brownies. Yeah, doubling with dual strikes makes them even more reliable. You don't know how to feel about Sayri being sword locked in an arc with just lances. That's true. Yeah, that might be one of the reasons why she doesn't feel great. And the lack of supports, of course. Yeah, the good speed pair up that you get for free, essentially. Pairing Chrom and Robin to get an Ultra Lucina and Morgan is very good. My logic for not doing that has always been that Chrom is very good individually. Where is he? Where's that guy? Chrom is very good individually, and Robin is very good individually. So pairing them up together is just kind of like wasting their talents, because it's taking 2 good units and like merging them down into 1 good unit instead of splitting them off and having like 2 good units paired up with separate characters. Like here, we have this core right here. The Robin Sumia core is very strong. The Chrom Sumia core is very strong, and the Robin Saria core is very strong. But if we had these 2 paired up, if I was using female Robin with Chrom, I would just have Robin and Chrom. I wouldn't have these 2 separate units. I would just have 1 unit, which would give me like 1 less action per turn. Why are these generals so bulky? They really wanted general to be a good class in this game. All right, if I go here, I could actually potentially get this guy. If I get the dual strike, I could get this guy right now. No, because he's gonna cut my damage in half, which rounds down to 0 because this game truncates. The fact that we didn't get this kill here and we didn't dodge his attack really hurts us. It puts us in the range of potentially getting killed. Okay, so if we know that's the case, if we know that we can potentially get killed here, then I believe what we're supposed to do is put Nosferatu into her hands. But in order to do that, we have to heal Cordelia. But then that puts Cordelia at risk of being killed. There's no good solution to this problem. We're gonna pull this group back again like we've been doing the last couple attempts. The good thing is we don't need Lisa to heal anybody down here, so she can physics somebody up here, which helps a lot. I have to get rid of this guy. I have to get rid of him right now. I just can't leave him alive. It's just not an option. If I physic her, she won't get attacked. Noe will get attacked. I really feel like there's a good chance for Noe to kill this guy. But if she fails, it just, like, everything instantly falls apart. Is there any way to do it without relying on that? The solution would be this, I'm pretty sure. I don't even one-shot him with the hammer. It doesn't work. And Olivia's in, like, the worst possible position, too. The problem is these characters are in the bad, like, they're in the opposite position of where I want them to be, and you can't switch them. Like, you can't just switch their places and then have them act. Somebody has to move out of the way, and when they move out of the way, it wastes their action. If this general moves first, we'll be fine. But if this general moves first, then we might be in danger, and there's not any way for me to know which one of them is going to move first. Can I eat white chocolate? No, I can't eat any chocolate. You like Sully, Sumia, Vake, and Robin for Crom's pairings? Armored Penguins map. Generals are armored penguins. They barely move and they waddle around. Imagine if someone modded them to look like King DDD. Hey, Ducky. I was just thinking about you yesterday. Haven't seen you for a while. How reliable is the Frederick dual strike? The problem is we can't really Frederick dual strike either because it's 71% chance, which is pretty much the same as the Lonku one. Yeah, it's the same exact chance. And it has the same problem, which is that if I don't get the dual strike, Cordelia just gets attacked and dies. And if she doesn't... Oh, hold on a second. I got a plan. Okay, hold on. I have a plan. I have a plan. I have a plan. I think this works. This seems crazy, but I think this works. Okay. So first of all, we got the dual strike. That's fine. If we didn't get the dual strike, what I was going to do was have Olivia go over here, dance for Lisa, and then Lisa could use Physic on Noe to heal her back up. As it is now, Noe should be safe. I really need to recruit Sayri soon. I can't leave her sitting here. Alright, let's move this group over. I'm actually going to put Lisa back down here. Hey Garrett, good evening. I wonder why I had 20 damage against that one, but only... Oh, you know what? It was weapon triangle. It's weapon triangle disadvantage. This guy's spear is causing Lonku to lose a bunch of attack power. That's why this is happening. Okay, I get it now. Because this guy is a spear equipped, Lonku is losing a lot of attack power. When he fought the one with the axe, he did 5 extra damage just from his sword rank. Okay, so we're going to go back over here now. We're going to heal up. So Noe can fight this guy again on enemy phase. Then we need to get this pair pretty much all the way across the map. But first we need to remove the guy who has counter, which is this one right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to fly in. We don't need the killer bow here. The steel bow should be enough. Let me confirm that. We're going to deal 17 damage plus more than 30, so yes. So we're going to get rid of this guy. Then we need to fly back out. The question is, what tile do I want to land on? 2 spears and a Thoron. Seems pretty dangerous, actually. The Bolganon I might be able to take. I don't think I can reach the Bolganon anyway, though. Let me see if I can actually take these attacks. That's 28. Plus 16. That's a lot of damage. And this is actually going to be more than 16 because he has Luna Plus. So I cannot take these 3 attacks. So what I will do instead is run... Is there a square up here that's... No, these guys have overlapping ranges. So we're going to have to back up anyway. Right? Yeah, because of this guy with the spear. We could do Spear, Silver Lance, and Rexcalibur. If I can get Saria up there, which I'm pretty sure I can. It's going to be weird. Yeah, okay, hold on, she can just stand right here. Do they all reach that tile, or is it just the Spear Fighter? It's actually just the Spear Fighter. Okay, so what I would instead need to do is move her here first and then dance for her. So I'm going to move here. That's out of range of these two? Yes. So I'm going to go here. We're going to go for Killer Bow crits. We're going to wait. I actually should have moved Saria first and then rally move on her. It's not a big deal, though. Yeah, she can reach this tile anyway. In fact, this tile right here is actually only threatened by the Dark Knight. But I kind of want to fight them both if I can. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, so if I move here... See, I should have moved here first and then used Rally Move on her, but it doesn't really matter that much. It just would have given me a little bit more freedom. I kind of want to go... I'll go here. I don't need to loot these houses any... Like, there's no immediate need to loot them. We're going to go with Steel Axe here. We don't really need, like, big Killer Axe hits or anything like that. We just need, like, any kind of hit at all. I'll just heal you while I'm here. No, actually. There should be an enemy that... Yes, this enemy right here. We're going to have Frederick, I think, fight this enemy. Maybe. $18 plus 18 is only 36. We'd have to get a dual strike. Plus it would leave Frederick in the lead, so we wouldn't have flight. But we don't need flight next turn. How much are we doing with the Javelin? 18. I'm going to do this. It's a little suboptimal, but I think it's not like anything that's going to like ruin the next attempt. Okay, I think what I've learned from the past few attempts is that you want to fight both of these mages. Because otherwise you just end up falling too far behind on clearing the desert. Make sure you stay out of his range. Excalibur and Bolganon, they're going to deal 64 damage. They're going to deal 45, which actually kills her. They don't have guaranteed accuracy, but I'm not also that likely to dodge. Okay. If that's the case, let's go with the Lucina pair up. And just stand here. I wish she could rally magic for herself. That would be cool. Okay. Very good dual strike. That helps a lot. We need dual strikes here badly. We need to clear this enemy soon. Okay, that's very good. That's very good. Now what you're going to see on this... Oh my god, really? 71%? Okay. Nice. What you're going to see on this attempt... Nice. What you're going to see on this attempt is there's going to be significantly less pressure coming from the left, because we cleared out a lot of enemies on that previous turn. Now it's mostly just this group on the bottom, who we can lead over to the desert. The problem is our bottom group has actually done significantly worse this time, so we're not particularly well prepared to go down to the desert yet. So I gotta figure out what to do about that situation. I can definitely bounce over here with this group, so I'm going to start with that. In fact, I should do it this way. I should go here. Javelin. I need a dual strike. Yes, 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 yes. Dual strike right there helps a lot. Helps immensely. Now I can get rid of this guy. Nice. Okay, now we can enemy phase the other one. Now all we need to do is just make sure our other units are going to not be left in range of a million enemies. Which is a little tricky, because I kind of thought I wasn't going to need Cordelia in the lead, but now I feel like I do need Cordelia in the lead. And we haven't... Oh god, we haven't recruited Sayri yet. I'm very tempted to let her die. We're not going to use her. It's not worth, like, resetting 40 minutes worth of gameplay to save a unit that I'm not going to use. Like, I will literally never use her. I can tell you that right now. I would never use her on this run. Because I've already trained Long Ku, like, there's no reason to ever use her. Like, even as a pair-up bot, I just use Long Ku instead. Hey, level 0 Maid. Interesting. It's been a while since you play Awakening. What's his actual pass-down style? And I assume he gives +0 speed. You're asking about Gaius, because he can pass down Pegasus Knight. He passes down a lot of speed, yeah. His pass-down stats are not bad at all. I think it's speed, crit. His bulk isn't terrible. He's very similar to Long Ku all around. How have I been? Pretty good. I was very tired this week, but I took a break from uploading any videos, and I'm very glad that I did. Yeah, I got over 2K last month. I didn't set a goal for this month. It's fine. I'm not like rushing. Honestly, after I hit 1,000, like I'm not that worried about subs anymore. Obviously, I would love to get more subs, but it's not a situation where like I'm like once you get 1,000, like that's basically it. Like you're there. Rushing for like any future milestones isn't a huge deal for me. I'll just celebrate them when I get there. Thanks for my content. It's really amazing, and I'm a blessing. Thank you very much. You think I'm really good at this game? I think I'm pretty good. I try to prefer to be humble, but you know, like I can also recognize when I'm good at something, and I do think this is probably one of the things that I'm good at. All right. Honestly, there's actually not a lot of dangerous enemies in this group. This guy right here is the most dangerous one. If we can stay out of just his range, we'll actually be safe. We have to make sure we have enough Nosferatu charges, though. 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we will run out of Nosferatu charges at some point if we fight all of these enemies. So it would be ideal. In fact, hold on, we wouldn't have to fight this guy. The next question is... Yeah, see, the problem is this guy's going to hit me very hard. So it's probably better to enemy face him. It's actually better to go over here. Problem is I'm not going to be dealing a lot of damage to this guy. And he is going to deal 22 damage to me, okay. Maybe I just stand to the right. That might be the play. Because then I only have to fight you, and you. And I'll get all of my healing because I'll always be using Nosferatu after the enemy attacks me. Visit this village while we're here. Okay, this is very tricky because I need to get rid of this guy. I can actually one-shot him. I think I need to do this. Because I can't heal Noe because I need Libra to do other things. And I can't really risk leaving this guy alive and enemy phasing him. But if I fly up here and just hit him with my forged weapon, in fact, I can just hit him with the Iron Axe. If I just run up here and hit him with the Iron Axe, I will kill him and I won't take any counter damage. So we're gonna do that. Stream isn't loading. Hold on a second. I think this is just a problem on my browser. It's not a... Yeah, no, there's no problems with the stream. It's just my browser is lagging. Everyone's begging me not to kill Sayuri. I might leave. I might try to save her if I can. Movtato says, as a strictly hard mode player, these Lunatic videos amaze you. I think Lunatic Plus, if there was like a hard plus mode... Hold on a second, I have to reload the chat window. I think if there was a hard plus mode, it would have completely changed Fire Emblem forever. Because the randomized enemy skills, like the dynamic difficulty that they add to the gameplay is so fun. It's so amazing. It's such an awesome idea, and it's honestly done really well. The problem is that it's specifically tied to Lunatic Plus difficulty, where the enemies have insanely inflated stat blocks, and they're extremely difficult to fight. So you don't really get to experience the fun of the randomizer. Instead, you're just experiencing the absolute terror of being overwhelmed by enemies who have 5 times as many stats as your characters. and like forged silver weapons. And it's just like, if there was a hard plus mode that people could play and they could enjoy like the plus mode skills against enemies with like more reasonable stats, it would have been such a popular idea. They would have included it probably in every Fire Emblem game after that. But instead, because it was implemented like pretty poorly, to be honest, being tied to the hardest difficulty in the game, everybody hated it, and it was like banished to the Shadow Realm, and we never saw any difficulty modes like this ever again. Just very unfortunate. Okay, I can't recruit Sayri, but I can rescue her. The problem is that I don't know for sure if I'm going to be able to get... yeah, I can get Olivia out of here by using Henry. So we should be fine. The only threat now is this guy with the silver axe. This square is safe. The problem is Lisa herself is actually not very safe. Can I get him with the rapier? I mean, I can hit him. He won't instantly kill me, but... I could try something like this, but it's not very likely to succeed. I really like to trade you back to the Elf Thunder if I can. I have a better idea. If I attack twice, I'll deal... No, I won't deal 36. I'll only deal 18 damage. Okay, what about Lucina? She only deals so she'll deal 22 plus damage from dual strikes. I think the play is this. She's safe now. We can Elf Thunder here. Go for Killer Bow crits. And Elf Thunder crits. Not getting any luck. Good level up, though. Sorry, I missed that question. I saw the question earlier. I was going to answer it, but I just kind of got distracted by the game itself. Regarding... hold on, let me make sure that she can't die. Yeah, she'll be safe. Is it better to use the Levin Sword here because it deals more damage? Yeah, especially because I can start chipping him down on player phase. Nice. In fact, I can almost kill him. Okay. Olivia's safe. Okay, so you're asking if Gaius is a good father for anybody? I think there's actually a lot of characters he's a good father for, and it's not for the reason you probably think it is. So a lot of people think the reason like Gaius, for example, is a good father is because he passes down Galeforce. And yes, in a grinding context, that is nice. In a no grinding context, him giving Galeforce access to a character who's probably never going to make it to level 15 Dark Flyer is not really that relevant. Having said that, it's still nice. Obviously, it's better to have it than to not have it. The thing that makes Gaius a good father is kind of funny enough, that he passes down Lock Touch, because it means that you're always going to have 2 Lock Touch units. You're going to have Anna, and then you're going to have a child unit with Lock Touch. So you can use him to tailor make like any unit that you want into a Lock Touch unit, which is kind of important. It's kind of relevant to have 2 Lock Touch units in some of these upcoming chapters, especially the one with the magma platforms. It's not the end of the world if you don't get it, but it is very helpful to get it. And using Gaius as a father is one of the ways to do that. The other thing is that he just gives a lot of speed, and he can give other good skills too. He can give move +1 if if you have your Lock Touch problem figured out. Like say you're using Lonku like I am. If you have Lock Touch on Lonku, then you can just have Gaius pass down like move +1. He can pass down lethality, which is very good on Lunatic Plus mode. He can pass down what's the level 5 trickster skill? Lucky 7. He can pass down Lucky 7, which is also very good. Just a lot of options. The best way you've heard to acknowledge skill while not sounding prideful is to say, I've been doing this for a good while, it's just experience and time. That's a good way to say it, yeah. Yeah, Fate Lunatic is like kind of similar. The problem is, well, I'm not going to say problem, but the difference with Fates is that there's no randomization to it. It's just like, it's very deterministic, which people love. That resonates with the community a lot. The reason why Fates and Conquest especially is so popular is because it's so deterministic, because you can always plan things out and do things the same every time. But if you're like me and you don't want to do the same thing every time, if you want to be challenged by randomized gameplay, unfortunately, even Fates doesn't have that. If we had a hard plus mode with randomized enemy skills, but like easier gameplay, I think it would have been awesome. Yeah, he passes on Acrobat too, if you level him up enough. This is the Donald situation all over again. Yeah, Donald's the same. Like, he's going to pass down Galeforce access to a child who's never going to reach level 15 Dark Flyer. Like, who cares, really? I think I can actually fight this guy with Cordelia. Let me make sure this mage isn't going to reach me. No, he's not. So I want to equip the Beast Killer. And I want to pull him over. And the good thing is, even if I don't kill him, it's fine. Because I'll have Cordelia in the lead and she can fly away. Okay, nice. Gave that kill to Lucina. That was actually the perfect time for a dual strike. Dual guards are helping too. See, this is like one of those situations where like you don't really need Nosferatu, but you don't know that. That guy actually reached Olivia. I did not think he was going to reach Olivia. Luckily, she survived. I think she was guaranteed to survive. Let me check. Yeah, she was guaranteed to survive. She's actually had a pretty good chance of dodging even. Okay, we have to start clearing out these enemies, like, immediately. Having a spear is not a problem. This guy having counter is a problem, though, especially because he has the widest reach of anybody. I kinda need Sumia to kill, like, him and him, but I can't do both. And honestly, we don't want to leave this guy alive either, because we're not going to get any Nosferatu healing off of him. Yeah, unfortunately, this guy not going for Cordelia really screwed us over there. Tomahawk. Can we take a Tomahawk? The answer seems to be yes. Okay, let's like do a little bit of a repeat of what we were trying to do last time. The good thing is the desert enemies aren't really going to be able to hit us. Come on. Okay. What I want to check now is if I get rid of this guy... He's still threatening a lot of squares, but he's not threatening this one. So I can... Oh god, she can't actually reach that far. This is a problem. I can rescue her. I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. What if I get rid of this guy? Yeah, that doesn't help. Alright, let's think about this guy first. I would love a dual strike here. Not mandatory. But I would love to get one. 87% chance. That's crazy, guys. Okay, that helps a lot. That helps immensely. Although I'm starting to wonder if I should have killed this one first and then moved over here afterwards. I don't think it matters. I think I'm still in range of all of these enemies anyway. It actually doesn't matter. I think I'm going to attack here so I get my Nosferatu healing. Nice. I really need to get rid of this guy. He's going to cause a lot of problems. The problem is, so is this guy. This is disgusting. I think I have a play. He does not have Vantage. In fact, if we're going to do that anyway, is it worth it to have Long Q go here? No, he can't even secure the kill. Man, Noe's actually stronger than I was thinking. I was having her mostly fight generals, so she seemed very weak by comparison, like compared to the generals. But now I'm seeing her attack like normal enemies, and she's hitting them for 30 damage, and it's making me realize she's not as weak as I was worried about. Okay, so I should be able to rescue Noe back over here now. Yes. Okay, this helps a lot. Now, unfortunately, the only way to get you out safely is by wasting a rescue staff, which I don't love. Yeah, I ended up using more rescue staffs than I should on this chapter, but it's not a huge deal, but it kind of sucks. This not only got Olivia into a better position, but it also means I can use Cordelia if I need to. Okay, so we can definitely survive against him. We want to get rid of this guy. I'm just going to use the silver bow because I was only dealing 1 damage to those generals anyway. So if I get crits, it doesn't really matter. So I'm kind of wasting killer bow charges. Alright, this should be a guaranteed kill. Yes. So now the general is the only one left alive. I would really like Frederick to fight him if possible. He doesn't have pass, does he? No. What if I go here? Here. Silver Lance. Problem is I'm not going to be doing any damage with the hand axe, right? Oh, not to mention Frederick's actually injured. I can go for hammer dual strikes, and then next turn I can one-shot him with the hammer, potentially. Okay, this should be fine. Nice. Nice. Love to see that. I really want Frederick to get to level 15 before the end of this chapter. I don't know if we can get it, but it might be possible. Okay, we basically cleared the map now. There's only a couple of enemies left to clean up. The only thing I'm worried about now is how to get the experience onto the units that I want to raise. Hold on a second. Turn my brightness back up on my monitor. By the way, I don't know if people noticed, but I have my fan running this week, which I've had it turned off for the past like 12 streams probably. In the past, like a long time ago, like a year ago, people used to complain about the background noise on my stream. There was like this kind of like crackling sound, and we thought it was my fan. What's funny is that when I started turning the fan off, the sound kept happening. Like, I kept getting the sound anyway. And what I realized, after I got like a new microphone and a new streaming setup, it was actually my headset was causing the crackling sound, so it wasn't even the fan that was causing it. One thing that the fan actually does, which I like, is that it drowns out some of the background noise that I don't want people to hear, like cars driving in the background or like people out in the hallway, like talking to each other in my apartment building. And even like if those noises like wouldn't normally be heard on the stream, the fact that I'm less likely to hear them is also better because they're very distracting for me. They kind of annoy me. If people notice, like in the last couple of weeks, like I get really annoyed when people are talking out in the hallway. So the sound of the fan kind of makes it less likely for me to get distracted by that sound. Yeah, Hard Plus would be such a cool idea. I wonder if maybe I should make like a Hard Plus ROM hack. That would be really cool. I think I could do it pretty easily. I don't want to say easily, but because it would take a little bit of effort, but I think it would be very doable. The only thing is I don't exactly know how ROM hacking Awakening works. I've heard that it's less figured out. It's less solved than, like, Fates, for example. Like, ROM hacking isn't that hard, and like the GBA games, ROM hacking isn't that hard because those are the ones people normally ROM hack. People don't normally ROM hack Awakening, so there's a lot less like finesse to it. Like, people just haven't really done it yet. All right, let me heal up Lisa. I think that's going to be important. This guy having a spear is a little bit of an issue, especially because his range overlaps here. Okay, we have to get rid of the general. We have to get rid of the general. Can we one-shot him with the hammer now? No. He will kill us with advantage. So we're gonna have to give this one to Saria, which is fine. She should be finishing this map around level 8 anyway. Because we're gonna get hit with advantage anyway, I'm just gonna use Thunder here. It's kind of sad because I'm running out of opportunities to show off Ruin. Well, let's just look at it. We have a 68% crit rate. That's pretty awesome. And this is against an enemy with a pretty high luck value. He has 21 luck. So, ignoring the benefits of Anathema right now, we would have a 74% crit rate against this guy with Ruin if he didn't have like such an insane luck stat. Nice Vengeance hit. The thing you love to see is Vengeance Nosferatu. That's like the best synergy. Okay, I'm gonna send this pair over here. Dance for them. Now the tricky thing is, I don't think we're guaranteed to get rid of either of these enemies. So I think what I should actually just do is just recruit Sayri, so that I can move her out of the way without using a rescue staff, because that would be insane. Plus I can rally movement for everybody. Get them out of here finally. Okay. This in mind... This is a little bit tricky because we're not actually guaranteed to kill this guy, and if we fail to kill him, then he's going to do some serious damage to us on the following turn. So, in that sense, how about we enemy face just this guy instead? I'm getting a little bit annoyed at myself for not training Lucina though, but how can I train her when her health is always low? We can take an attack from him. Let's do this. Pull him away from the other enemies. Who's left? Just these two. Thing is, I'd actually really like to train Frederick if I could. Well, I mean, a Silver Lance and a Spear aren't really going to hurt him, are they? 39 plus 34. That's 73 damage. Frederick's gonna reduce 20, and then 20 more. He's gonna take 33 total. He survives. Neither of them have Luna, right? Oh, this one has Luna. Oh crap! Hold on. So he's gonna take 10 more damage. So he's actually gonna take 43 damage, which would leave him alive on 1 HP. That's risky, especially if my calcs are off. Should be fine, actually, with the hand axe, because that's going to reduce the damage even further. You know what? I feel pretty confident about this. I gotta heal myself. Don't really want to use an elixir. Does anyone over here have a concoction? Henry does. Okay. So we're going to do this. I don't need the Beast Killer anymore. I'm going to equip my hand axe, and I'm going to use this concoction. I believe Frederick's guaranteed to survive here. They might actually go after Lisa anyway. Oh. was not thinking about counter at all. I just got bailed out there by... I don't know if the luck actually mattered, because I would have just... I wouldn't have killed myself with that damage anyway. But it definitely meant I was taking more damage than I thought I was. Is there any way to give this kill to Frederick so he can get another level up? I think so. We can actually have Noe fight him one more time before that. I'm going to need the Beast Killer again, though. How do I do that? This is not pointless rescue spamming just to level up Olivia. This is actually so I can finally unpair these units who've been paired together for way too many turns. And then start healing up my units who need to be healed. Okay. Lucina can fight the boss, so I'd really like to give this kill to Frederick if possible, because Frederick would very much appreciate reaching level 15, because that's going to give me a lot more options for recruiting Severa sooner. This pair is not going to be needed, but I'll put them here near the wall so she can fly back over the wall if she needs to. Let's just have these two go up here and start collecting villages. Nice dodges. Alright, we're going to deal... Well, I don't know how much we're going to deal. We're going to deal... With the Beast Killer, we're going to deal 27. Can we chip him down again one more time? He's actually going to have, funny enough, he's going to have 28 HP, so hitting him one more time is not going to make a difference. It's just going to give less experience to Frederick. So it's actually better to just go here and get this kill now. Missing there actually saved us a Silver Lance. Wow, we barely got any experience from that. Why is Frederick getting so little experience? That's kind of surprising to me. I'm actually a little confused about why he's getting so little experience. Actually a pretty good time for her to use a shiny spot. If she gets Axe rank or experience, it's good either way. Axe rank is fine. Experience would have been better. Alright, so we get a Bullion, which is good. We're gonna get a... Oh, we already visited that one. I guess the other shiny spot can go to maybe Frederick. Experience, no. Weapon proficiency is the worst one. Especially when you already got max weapon proficiency in all ranks. Let's get Lucina over here sooner so we can start fighting the boss sooner. But we have to be careful because this is a route map, so when we kill the boss, the chapter will immediately end. Which we do not want. We want to sandbag against this boss and gain some experience. I might even let Frederick fight him, or maybe even get the kill. Ooh, this is tricky though, because he does have Luna. Lucina might not be able to fight him if he has Luna. If that's the case, I might see if Frederick can fight him. Because I really want to get Frederick to level 15. It's going to give me the option to do Severa's Paralogue next, instead of only having the option to do Cynthia. Let me gather my players over here. This is one of the main differences between like my style of play and LTC style of play, is because I don't care at all about like how many turns it takes me to beat the chapter. I can just like spend a couple of turns like getting all of my units into position and thinking about what I'm going to do. instead of needing to have like a plan where my boss killer like reaches the boss like exactly on the turn where I finish killing all of the other enemies. I don't have to like come up with complicated strategies like that. I can just kill him at my own pace. All right, so he's gonna deal 44 damage, -4, which is 40 damage. So he one-shots Lucina. If I give her a resistance pair up, she'll be fine. Which actually, her own mother works for this. Problem is, if I'm not mistaken, I actually don't deal very much damage to this guy. Actually, with the rapier, I hit pretty hard. I have to be careful. I don't want to just like take this kill. I actually want to fight him for a couple of turns, and I have to make sure that I heal back up too. So let's be careful about all that. I have to be on full HP, and I need the resistance pair up to survive. In fact, let me triple check to make sure I'm going to survive. So it's going to be 44. 44 -7 is going to be 37. Yeah, we will survive. Let's grind our lance rank then. This is not a good idea because I won't get any experience. This should be fine. As long as Sumia dual strikes, I'll get experience. If not, I'm still getting weapon XP. What does Frederick's matchup look like? He doesn't have Vantage, but my accuracy isn't great, and he doubles me. It might be better when I have my Cordelia pair up, though. Okay. As long as Sumia dual strikes and we deal some damage, we will get some chip experience, which is good. We want to fight her one more time with fight him one more time with Lucina. This is going to put me up to the threshold where I'm just shy of hitting level 4. So now, if I kill an enemy, I will get a lot of rollover experience towards level 4. I can even kill like this enemy at the end of the chapter if I want to, with Lucina. But before that, I'm gonna go train Frederick and hopefully get a level up. Let me see if he can get any good amount of experience. I gotta be careful because Frederick's actually pretty much in danger of getting one shot too. We deal 24 with the Beast Killer. This guy's really tanky. We deal 7 with the Steel Axe. What's our most accurate weapon? Steel Axe. It's probably actually a Steel Sword. Let me grab a Steel Sword from the convoy. I can also... I don't think I can put any support partners immediately next to him because it would cause problems. The boss might attack them instead. Okay, he's going to hit Frederick for 44 minus 6 is going to be 38 damage. I should survive here. Yeah, Steel Sword is very likely to hit. This is going to guarantee that I get some experience. I probably don't want to dual strike here. I'll do Javelin dual strikes. They're not going to one round the boss. Okay, so this should be fine. Let's unpair these two. Okay, unless I did some horrible math, Frederick should be surviving, yes. So yeah, that's why you gotta be careful about these crits. I didn't even see how much experience we got. Hold on, I'm going to watch the VOD. Give me 1 second. I'm going to watch my own VOD so I can see how much experience I actually got. We got 9 experience from that, so we'll get 8 experience from the next combat. Alright, give me 1 second. There's a lot of chat messages. Let me get caught up on chat. Starforce says in their first playthrough they made Lonku into a thief. Yeah, I did the same thing in this run. Actually, Lonku as a thief is really good. It just allows him to gain some extra levels and some extra stats before promoting to assassin. And then you get a version of assassin. Like, it's the same thing as Myrmidon into assassin Lonku. The difference is you just have more stats. You have Lock Touch and you have Move +1, and you don't have to use an early Master Seal on him. You can just give him the Master Seal later on. But the only problem is you do need an extra second seal for this. So it only really works if you have like an extra second seal that you don't need for anything else. Otherwise, I would just leave him in Myrmidon until 20 and then promote him to assassin later. You wish they changed Cordelia's dialogue after she marries? Yeah, she does. I mean, there's like a couple of holdover dialogues, but not too many. Oh, you don't. That's why you don't like pairing Cordelia and Robin. I see. Hey, Sothis, thanks for stopping by today. Yeah, I know Frederick's 12 levels higher than those enemies, and he's still significantly higher than the boss. But I just wish he was getting a little bit more experience because we really need him to reach level 15. Maybe I'll just do Cynthia Paralogue, and I'll make sure Frederick gets to level 15 there, because then we can do Cynthia and then we can do Severa right afterwards. That might work. And honestly, who knows? I might do some testing. I might find that it's not possible for me to beat Cynthia Paralogue. We might just have to go to Milotree first anyway. Although, unfortunately, if that's the case, we're going to be pretty screwed. I can tell you that right now. Can we fight one more round of combat with Frederick? We'll get 8 more experience. Is it worth it? Kind of. One thing I figured out, I kind of determined that it's pretty much always worth it to experience grind on bosses. Even with experience decay, because the thing about experience decay is you're not actually getting like less experience. It's just preventing you from getting infinite experience. But like there's never a point where you're like oh, suddenly like I'm getting less experience than I would have if I just killed the boss in 1 turn. That's not the case. If you fight the boss for 4 turns and then kill them, you're getting more experience than if you fought the boss for 3 turns and killed them every single time. So there's no reason not to do it. Other than just to save time, which I know I'm kind of wasting a lot of time here, but yeah. Alright, as long as we don't get 2 crits here, we should be fine. If we do get 2 crits, I think Frederick just levels up anyway. Ooh, I kind of always forget about Luna as well. Okay, yeah, so that's the 8 experience. This is where experience decay is starting to kick in. We can still fight him for several more turns as long as we don't accidentally kill him. Like this would be a good... I gotta make sure I heal her. In fact, let's do it this way. Level 15 Dancer. You get, I think, Special Dance. Now, I think Special Dance triggers right away. If that's true, then Frederick should have +2 magic. He does not. Okay, interesting. Special Dance doesn't trigger right away. That's very, very interesting to me because Galeforce does. But for some reason, Special Dance does not. Okay, as long as we don't crit and we don't get 2 dual strikes here, we should be fine. If we... Oh, hold on a second, though. We don't want to fight unless we're guaranteed to kill. So we would want to do this with Lucina. That way we get the rollover experience. Should we do that, or should we sandbag 1 more turn? There's no way Noe can survive. Well, actually, maybe she can. By the way, check out how much speed she gets from Lonku. I think it's +10 now. +9 still? Okay. What do I need to get +10? Oh, I need a better class. If I switch to a speed class, she'll be getting +10 speed from him, which is crazy. Alright, if I do this, he's gonna deal 44 minus 4, which is 4. Ah, she can't survive. Okay. That's kind of a waste of time. She could get the kill. If I get his health low enough, I could actually kill him with Noe, but that's not worth it. I definitely want to give the kill to Lucina. The only question is, like, who else, like, can I sandbag with to get some extra experience? I guess we'll go Frederick one more turn. Problem is with Frederick, if Frederick crits or if he triggers Luna, he's going to kill the boss, which I don't want. Yeah, I don't think there's any way to sandbag here with 100% consistency. I think we just give it to Lucina. I wasted enough time here. Let me make sure I got all the villages. Yes, yes, yes. You can see actually, if you look in the top left, the house has parentheses around it. That means it's already been visited. Plus, you can also see that the doors have been closed. The doors will normally be open if you can still visit them. Just an interesting little fact. Alright, if this is the case, let's do this. Get some free experience onto our staff users. I saw somebody say that staff experience in this game isn't very good, which is just mind-blowing to me. Staff experience in this game is absolutely cracked. Because the main thing about it is that there's no decay formula for staff use, so you just always gain full experience. So even like my Cordelia, who is... what level were the enemies in this map? Level 3, I think, promoted. So even my Cordelia, who is 8 levels ahead of the promoted enemies in the level curve, she can just use a staff every turn and just continue to gain full experience and just get further and further ahead of the curve. Like, you can use staffs to level to an insane degree in this game. Okay, so Rapier should one-shot here, and then Lucina's going to get a ton of rollover experience. She's basically going to go almost all the way to level 5 off of this. 62. If we didn't have the experience decay, we would have gotten 65, I think. Still pretty good, though. And we got a free Master Seal, which we can use for Noe soon, or just sell. So that chapter went pretty well. We've already surpassed our No Frederick run. We're kind of getting to the point where like I can start beating chapters pretty consistently in 2 hours or less. The only reason this one took longer is because I wanted to restart that first attempt. If we didn't restart that first attempt, we could have just we could have done the stream in like 30 minutes. All right, let's see if we can buy rescue stabs now. We can. I'm gonna buy a couple while I'm here because we are running low. I'm gonna. I'll buy. How much are they again? They're not that expensive, right? Yeah, they're only $12.80. I'm actually going to buy 2 while I'm here. That way I have 2 fully stocked charges. We're not going to need to buy any more Master Seals for the rest of the game, I don't think. Everybody who needs one from now on is going to get one for free from the remaining chapters. And then there's going to be a point where we can start selling extra Master Seals that we have left over. Do I want to buy some silver weapons while I'm here? I need to check my convoy. So we have a full-use silver sword. We have a pretty full-use silver lance. We have a pretty full-use silver axe. And a silver bow. We don't really need any silver weapons, honestly. What we need are high-rank tomes. It takes so long before the game starts selling high-rank tomes. We do have some right here. Yeah, so you have to beat chapter 13 before you start getting high-rank tomes. And these aren't even high-rank. These are like D-rank. We're still not getting like C, B, or A-rank tomes. Ryan Lewis says staff experience is free experience. Who doesn't want free experience? So in Fates, there is a thing where your staff experience starts to slow down, so it's really not as good. So I do understand the argument for like why like bad staff experience isn't that relevant. But in Awakening, like the staff experience is always relevant because it's always incredible. Like you're leveling up as fast as possible. The only time it starts to fall off is after you've used a bunch of second seals and your internal level is very high. You married Pan in one run. She was giving Robin plus 12 strength. That's awesome. The most surprising thing about replaying Awakening is that you actually enjoyed the Mila tree. Oh, yeah, I actually really love Mila tree. In fact, let's go look at it because I want to see what the levels are here. Okay, so the enemy levels here, we do have unpromoted enemies. Level 20 unpromoted. Level 15 Thieves. So these level 20 unpromoted enemies are going to be fantastic for experience. They basically give almost as much experience as a level 1 promoted enemy. It's like, you know, like 1 point short, but they don't have promoted stat bonuses, so they're a lot easier to fight. This is why we want to get Severa and Cynthia before we come to this chapter, because we want to give them these kills. We want to let them kill these ruffians. We want to let them kill these fighters. We want to let them kill these fighters and just get like a bunch of free experience. Like there's barbarians up here, fighters, sorry, not barbarians. There's barbarians up here, there's thieves up here. Plus they can also help with clearing out the thieves. We'll have one extra Galeforce unit to help get rid of the thieves before they run away. There's also something funny, I'm going to talk about it today. I might show it off during the next stream. This tree over here is completely safe from all of the ambush spawns on this chapter. So the counter warriors and the bow knights can't reach you. What you can do is you can fly all of your units over here and drop them off on this tree and just wait until all of the ambush spawns have finished appearing. Then you can fly back over and just fly back and forth and pick them off one at a time. It takes like 300 turns. It's very stupid. I've done it before. I don't tend to do that anymore. What I normally do now is I just rush up to the top and then I just set up my base like in this position. I fight the boss, and then like if the ambush spawns are getting too close or if they're overwhelming my groups and I can't stay and fight them any longer, I just one turn kill the boss because I'm already standing next to him and just end the chapter immediately. This is a kill boss map. All of the chapters that have like really annoying ambush spawns are pretty much universally kill boss maps. So all you need to do is just get to Cervantes and kill him before the boss spawns. This also is something else funny I like to show off. If you look here, the boss has Pavis Plus as one of his randomly rolled Lunatic skills. But he also has Pavis as one of his default skills. So in Lunatic Plus mode, there are many situations where the bosses are actually not as dangerous as regular enemies, and it's because they already have so many skills they can't roll additional Lunatic Plus skills. In this case, that's not the case. He just happened to double up, but there are going to be enemies in future chapters who don't have any skill slots available, and they just can't roll Lunatic Plus skills, so they end up not even being very dangerous. Anyway, given the levels of the enemies, it seems like the difficulty here is going to be actually pretty similar to the Cynthia Paralogue, so there is a pretty good chance that we can go recruit Cynthia right now. We're not going to do it today, because I didn't eat anything yet. I need to eat something so I can settle my stomach. But so probably what we're going to do on the next stream is Cynthia Paralogue, and then maybe Severa Paralogue in like all together in one stream. We're going to need a lot of rescue staffs for this, but we just bought 10, so that's going to help a lot. Specifically for this, we're going to need a lot of we're going to need a lot of rescue staffs to keep Severa alive, but we're also going to need rescue staffs for hit and run tactics against this team. The problem is you can't really use hit and run effectively against this team in the Cynthia Paralogue. I'll show you why. Actually, let's go in here while we're here. That his mustache is goated. What is this? Where's the terrain? Were you looking away from the screen? Basically in the Milo tree, in the bottom right corner, there's a root that your characters can stand on, which can't be reached by any of the ambush spawns, essentially. Yeah, Fates lets you get, Ryan says Fates lets you get as much experience as you want. I think experience fall off in Fates is actually pretty punishing if you get over leveled. Okay, so the thing about this chapter, the reason hit and run tactics don't work very well is because if you move past, I think the line is right here. If you move past this line, the boss actually runs away, and then you don't get the bullion, and he runs away pretty fast. Like he just needs to reach this tile, and he just instantly escapes, and he starts right here. So if you move up here, the boss will escape. So you have to let the enemies come to you and pick them off one at a time. In fact, I think the line might actually be like down here. It's pretty far. Like, if you go anywhere near this guy, you will unfortunately trigger his AI that causes him to escape. And it's not easy to one-turn kill him because his stats are very high. So what you want to do is you want to slowly pick off these enemy groups and then deal with the boss last. We'll take a look at Cynthia while we're here. She's going to be starting with Galeforce and Aether, which is really good. It's the same as Lucina. She starts in Pegasus Knight, which is the class that Lucina wishes that she started in. In a way, I think Cynthia is actually better than Lucina. The only thing she doesn't have is access to Great Lord, but she doesn't need it because she just inherits Aether anyway. In terms of combat stats, Lucina's probably going to be a little bit stronger because she's promoted, but we can just instantly promote Cynthia as well, which just fixes that problem. 19, 24, 23. I mean, the crazy thing is, like, Lucina's not that much stronger. She's only a couple points stronger, despite being promoted and leveling several times. So yeah, we can instant promote Cynthia to a Falcon Knight. It's going to give us an extra staff user, it's going to give us an extra Galeforce user, and she's going to be a lot more reliable than just using Lucina. Like, using Lucina and Cynthia together is going to be more powerful for this, basically the same reason as using Sumia and Chrom together, but because both units have Galeforce, we can actually use them to bounce back and forth. to have one unit kill, switch to the lead, have the other unit kill, and then get a third action without needing to use rescue staffs and without using Olivia. So having a Galeforce duo, even if it is just the sister bond of A rank, is still going to be pretty valuable. Hey Poochievert. Thanks for stopping by. You actually got here just in time for the stream to end. Tricky says, have a nice meal. Thank you very much. Top left tile to run? No, I've definitely seen him run to the top right. Maybe he just needs to reach the top of the map. So if he's closer to the left side, when you trigger his escape AI, he'll go to the top left. But if you trigger it on the right side, he'll go to the top right. I've definitely seen him escape to the top right before, because it completely caught me off guard. I did not expect him to do it. I just hit and run. I did like a hit and run attack against one of the green, not green units, one of the red units near the top of the map. And after I did it, even though I brought my units back down to the bottom of the map, Ruger still just ran away. Anyway, I'm going to call it a day. If you enjoyed the stream, if you're still here and you're not subscribed, make sure to sub. Also, I appreciate everybody who leaves a like on the video. Those definitely help on the streams, especially because they help me get views in archive. People will actually, if this stream gets likes, YouTube will actually recommend the archives to people, and people will actually watch the archives, which is pretty cool. But I'm gonna head out. So for now, enjoy the rest of your day.